Welcome to Out Loud, a comedy podcast where I talk with queer comedians about identity as well as just talk and shop about the comedy community. I'm your host, Corbin Willmorth, and I'm here because, well, what comedian just doesn't have a podcast nowadays? Thank you for tuning in to Out Loud, a queer comedy podcast that is now evidently so queer that the TikTok terms of service is fucking it over. Don't know if y'all can tell, but I am very pissed off. I'm not going to get into that whole drama here on the pod, but if you do care, you can go ahead and look at my Instagram. You'll see everything you need to know. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just get into today's episode, shall we? So about 2 weeks ago, the day of this episode is being uploaded, I talked with a really interesting guy. If you are in or around the Austin, Texas area, you may have seen him at the Cold Town Theater or the Fallout Theater. He is a U.S. Army veteran. He is one of the hosts of DEI Comedy, and from what I've been told, he is like if Gravedigger and Dolly Parton could have a baby. I'm of course talking about the comedian with only one name, and that name is Holden.
Prior to getting on stage, I made friends with a man in the bathroom. And we were talking about being veterans, because I myself am a veteran, he was a veteran. And he's like, yeah, man, he's like, oh, yeah, I think it's cool you're here. He's talking to me, and he's peeing, right? He's literally pissing while he's talking to me, and it's great. And he walks out in the middle of the set, and the people are like, get off the stage, we don't want you here, blah, 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 trans this, trans that. And my best friend from the bathroom goes, hey, leave him alone, he lost his penis in the war. He lost his penis and COVID made him trans. Leave him alone. He's on our side.
I'm going to be honest, I'm just really excited to get into the interview on this one, so let's just go ahead and jump right in.
This meeting is being recorded.
This meeting is being recorded. All right.
Oh, wow. How official.
Have you been doing?
I'm good. How are you been doing?
Oh, good. So, just to get this started off, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
I'm Holden, a trans biracial comedian out of Austin, Texas, and I've been doing comedy for about 4 years.
Wow.
And I've been slowly working my way up the rung in the ladder and producing and hosting shows now here in Austin.
Hell yeah. So we'll probably get into this a little later, but I do have to ask. So you do live in Austin, Texas. That's kind of has this reputation for like being like this like new comedy mecca, quote unquote. What has been your experience with that?
It's been different. It's been a different thing. Being from Phoenix myself, like I've definitely been more akin to LA comedy. And when I moved back out to Austin, I had left for a while and came back, and this comedy mecca appeared. And I going into it initially thought it was, a welcoming space, but as time progressed, it felt more kind of like you have such a niche comedy. It's not really for Austin what we're, trying to do on, at the Mothership or places like that.
Right.
And I sought out the alternative comedy scene, aka just the queer scene. I guess that's alternative. But yeah, I sought that out and I started growing in that, and I just kind of left the, group of comics who were just waiting in line to get on, Kill Tony or possibly get a spot at the Mothership.
Yeah, I've kind of, personally, the closest I've been to Texas, I went to a wedding in San Antonio, but like I actually went to a wedding in San Antonio. My flight home got canceled and it got rerouted to a flight leaving out of Austin. So I spent a night in Austin.
So you just did one night in Austin.
I did one night in Austin.
One night in Austin,
And I feel like that's enough.
Sometimes, yes. if you go where everyone tells you to go, And especially coming from a wedding in San Antonio, you're gonna be like, I'm totally good.
Yeah, no. There was there was a totally different vibe, and it was like I think the highlight of my night in Austin was just my family, we went to like a restaurant, and while we were walking there, we saw, I think it was like some type of like bridal shower, and all of them were bar hopping dressed up as Guy Fieri.
Yep. Very common. Very.
That's common?
You have to, yes, be careful. They will attack you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, okay.
They lots of bachelorette parties. I always joke with my partner at our apartment complex is that on a Saturday night at 1 a.m., that's when the horde comes through of like it's just
Oh shit.
But yeah, it essentially, yeah, you're not wrong. That's a lot of it. And then there's us like little queers like hiding in our corners, or 4th Street is our big neighborhood type place, so
Right.
we tend to hide in our spots.
I remember back in kind of like the mid to late 2010s, Austin kind of had this like reputation of being like the queerest city in Texas. Since, like the whole Joe Rogan Manosphere takeover, has it like completely changed? What do you say?
I think that there are a lot of people who still believe in the old Austin ethos of keep Austin weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of falls in line with kind of how queer Austin was in the past as well. Because a tech bro could find their way down to Oil Can Harry's and be like, whoa, this is weird Austin again. But really what it was prior to the Rogan Sphere coming to town was, I mean, most of Austin is queer. And so they kind of came in and put their foot down. And so it's been a little bit of a little bit different, not as queer as it used to be. But I feel like within the city limits, the conversation is opened up more with people who are, from Dallas or don't experience queer people as much.
Right.
So I feel like the queer scene is kind of like slowly like kind of hidden, but there are people who seek it out.
Yeah.
Wanting answers. That feels like interrogation, but no, like, like, there's nobody's holding us at gunpoint asking us, questions, but
yeah, no, they're not at gunpoint like, where's the neighborhood?
How do you transition now? Yeah.
Give me the name of your fucking surgeon. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Give me your insurance. Who do you go for? Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, a little bit like that.
Okay. All right. So I guess let's just jump right into the questions here. I know you kind of been following the podcast on TikTok for a little bit.
Yes.
Do you listen to the podcast at all, I guess?
I do. I have been listening. I know. Does that freak you out? Are you okay?
No, it's more so that I've just never actually interviewed someone who's listened to the podcast before.
No, I just don't like, honestly, I listen to some comedy podcasts. I tend to stick to like true crime stuff, obviously.
Oh, honestly, same. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like branched out and I was listening to like Eric Andre's Bombing for a little while, and that stuff's good, but like I just wasn't finding anything that, felt close to home.
Right.
And so basically, like, yes, I did find you on TikTok, which was brilliant. And then I just started listening and I was like, I actually think this is fucking awesome. Like this is awesome, and like I feel like we don't have like a podcast here in Austin that is much like that, but it's like, hey, like I'm hearing of people that I didn't even know were in this, like kind of
like queer comedy bubble, basically.
Yeah, it's like you have to travel through town to meet some of these, or you have to go to other places, or you have to seek them out. We went up to New York City not too long ago and sought out comics that we had found through Instagram because they were that funny. And it's like, I like as much media as I can get of, queer people, sign me up. And yeah.
So the main reason I was asking was just because coming into like this new year, I wrote like kind of a new list of questions. So I don't know if like you were like expecting the questions I've already asked people. I do have some questions that are still the same, but I've changed up a lot of them.
Okay.
So
I'm game.
All right, fuck yeah. So, what's something you're obsessed with right now that hasn't turned into a joke yet?
I gotta say I haven't watched it, but I know that I've got a lot to say because I'm a huge hockey fan.
Okay.
Heated Rivalry, I have not
Oh my god.
watched it yet, but I am a hockey nut, and
okay.
I've got jokes in the barrel, but something tells me I need to watch it before I start,
My problem is that I'm already obsessed with too much gay media that I know the moment I start watching this shit, I'm just gonna like add this to the collection of like possibly doomed gay relationships that are like on my wall. Right next to fucking Alex Claremont Diaz and Henry million fucking middle names, fucking I forget his last name from Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Yeah. That's you're lucky. I gave up hope a long time ago when they redid the L word and they brought it back. I was like, I can't. I think I'll just do Drag Race from now on, guys. I can't. Even that's been a struggle as of lately, but I'm like, come on.
Real fucking. I don't know. I try with Drag Race. I try. My fiance really got me hooked on Boulay Brothers.
Yes.
Dracula. Yeah. So far, the only reason I'm even considering watching the new season of Drag Race is because there's a queen from my city on it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Just here to root for the home team. Like, that's it. Fuck.
And once they're gone, I'm gone.
Yeah, once they're gone, I'm just like, all right, fuck this. I'm out.
Like, tell me who wins in the end. I don't care. That's it. I definitely know how that feels, especially when it comes to Boulay Brothers, because there have definitely been a few Phoenix drag entities that have passed through on there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going for you just because you're supposed to be like hometown hero. And I mean, a few times they've pulled through, so no qualms with Boulay. I feel like I gotta watch Boulay more. And then when I come back to Drag Race, I'm like, ugh, like this is so McDonald's Disney style drag now.
It is.
That I'm like,
it is a little bit, yeah.
A little bit,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
they try. They try to spook it up.
They do try. They try, but not enough. So one thing I've learned talking with people on this podcast is that there's a difference between queer comics and comics who are queer. Do you consider yourself to be a queer comic or a comic who just so happens to be queer?
I feel like myself, I feel like a queer comic, and I feel like that is my, like, I could do a whole set of my life as a trans man, and that is just basically my comedy. And then I have met a few people who are just happen to be queer and they're comedians. And I see, like, in Austin, especially because a lot of people come here, I see them trying to find their footing into either becoming a queer comic or just accepting being queer and a comedian. But I consider myself fully queer comic that can sometimes charm a straight room.
That can sometimes charge a straight. If you can sometimes charge a straight room, then fucking like that's it. That's the end goal right there.
Exactly. Yeah. There's been times that I've done a straight room and I've done really good, and then I've gotten off. Fairly recently, I got off one time, and a guy was like, "I thought the whole trans thing was a bit. Like, you're just a guy, right?" And I'm like, no.
Oh my
I
god.
wasn't lying. Why would I lie? Why would I do that? It
That
just,
that's crazy.
I
Like
was like, you laughed, I guess. I don't know what you laughed at, but sure.
I guess my question there is like the fact that this person like you passed so well that this person thought you were cis. Was that like a moment of euphoria for you?
It
Like,
wasn't, it wasn't. It was
it was
it was in the sense that like, okay, like I'm all right. I'm not, but then it wasn't because I was like, why would I write a whole
like what?
15 minutes?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just trans for the bit, guys. That's why I went through surgery. That's why I went through years of fucking HRT. Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly, this is all for the bit.
This is all the bit. This is all it ever was. Yes. So I've been successfully faking my way through the trans community. You could put that as the tagline for this.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Hulk Holden. Sorry, fuck. Hollywood
It's
Hulk
okay.
Holden faking my way through the trans community.
Exactly. That's
So
what
I
I've been doing.
so
Yeah.
I guess that kind of leads into this next question, which is what's the most unhinged crowd reaction you've ever gotten? Is it that?
Um. No,
Yeah.
that the most unhinged was a group of drunk college students who insisted that I take my shoes off
What?
the whole set. It's my fault. I'm gonna blame myself for that. I had written a joke about how my partner does not like to see my feet, and then they were all like, "We love feet. Take it off," and I'm like, "No, that's not.
Oh no.
No." So yeah, I stood there just sweating in my boots. Just I can't take my shoes off here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's probably the most unhinged. It just the noise in the room was like I would probably have a Netflix deal right now if I had just taken my shoes off.
You look behind and you realize that the banner says Foot Lovers Convention, and you didn't read the fine print when you booked the set.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't read it, and I was supposed to walk out barefoot, and it's my bad.
That's on
Sometimes
you. That's on you for breaking contract. That's
yeah, it's currently in litigation. We don't need to talk about it.
oh
Okay,
my
my
god.
lawyer will get in touch.
Oh man. So what belief about comedy did you have early on that you've totally unlearned?
Um, what belief? I think that I, for a long time, believed that you had to punch down at yourself constantly to be funny.
Yeah.
Um, that especially coming from like the, straight side of comedy, like the cis side of comedy, and they love to punch down at themselves and everybody else. And when
Yeah.
you do it too, they love that too. And sometimes I feel like that works when you're new, when you don't know like the room, that
Mhm.
works. But I think that like when you know your audience and you're just constantly like telling them how horrible you are, they're gonna want to not keep listening to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
if the first few jokes land, that's great. But if you have like 10 jokes about how you're just a ugly, horrible,
You like they
trans thing, I'm speaking to myself.
yeah, no, you're good, you're good. Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, like if you do that, then they're just gonna be like, okay, this guy is just gonna.
like it goes from being like, oh haha, yeah, to like, oh, this is sad. Like
Yeah, just stop doing that.
I like one or two like good self-deprecating jokes, I feel like is good.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
yeah. But if that's like your whole like set, like, oh god.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like too, like I've been watching a lot more Pee-wee's Playhouse, which is great. But
I can't
like
find that streaming anywhere, weirdly.
I believe there's some of it is on HBO.
Yeah, I
I watched the
saw.
documentary on there.
Yeah, the documentary and like a movie is on there, but like I
Hmm.
didn't. But I, yeah, that's it.
But okay. All right. I don't know where I've been watching, but I've been watching Pee-wee's Playhouse. And I'm
Okay.
telling you right now, like I've come to start to realize this thing about Paul Rubens. And it was Pee-wee just acts like he is smarter than everybody else.
Hmm.
And I like that kind of aspect of comedy of kind of like, oh, you all are the idiots,
Uh,
but I'm king idiot. So let me tell you how, trans people are cryptids.
I mean, they are.
They are. That's what they'll never listen to me, you
Like
know.
I think at some point, like my fiance is gonna turn into like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle and fly me like I'm Sophie. Like that's one thing I'm hoping to happen at some point.
Look, if the government says that trans people don't exist, neither do cryptids by
Real.
technical science.
See, you don't exist. You're just like a product of all of our schizophrenia.
Why is your
Literally.
partner paying taxes? We shouldn't be, you
On
know?
no real. Maybe see, I'd love to see someone make that argument to the IRS. Is like, see, you guys said that trans people don't exist, which means I don't exist, and therefore I can't pay taxes. There you go.
That easy.
Which is weird for me to say as a cis man, but
You just told me I don't have to pay taxes anymore. We have it on
see,
tape.
exactly. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Fuck them. So, when talking with a lot of other queer comics about the comedy community as a whole, I've gotten a lot of mixed reactions. Some say it's one of the most welcoming and understanding communities that there is, and others say that it's this incredibly toxic culture. Where do you stand on that, and or do you have a different opinion of that altogether? Which I feel like kind of ties back into like what you were saying earlier about like this whole like kind of like Austin like comedy mecca that you're kind of in right now.
Yeah. I mean, queer comedy, there can be kind of like toxic drop offs. There are kind
Mm-hmm.
of people who do like, like a certain type of ladies' night event, but when
Right,
they say
right.
ladies, they mean their version of what you know what I mean? Like it's
Right,
like,
right.
oh, we would like to have a lesbian for our show, but lesbian, not like just a cis lesbian, preferably white. And it feels like you can kind of see that from a mile away in Austin. Like you
Hmm.
can kind of gauge where, like if I get picked up for a guys only show, like what are we asking for here?
Right.
Like,
Like,
are you? Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's got avenues of where it can get kind of dark on the queer side. For the straight side, I feel like there's a lot more opportunity for them to just kind of make toxic environments.
Yeah.
Um, I think that like I'm not one of those queer people who think like queer people are a standard above, but I
Right.
do think that we have been kind of like misled in our lives in certain ways to be
Hmm.
cautious of the kind of toxic space. Like
Yeah.
you can kind of see it. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Like one thing I've definitely noticed is with talking with a lot of people on this podcast, it's definitely depending on what region you're in, especially kind of determines how toxic it is. Because like for instance, like most of the comics that I've talked here are either from Spokane or Washington State as a whole. And then I've talked to two people from Chicago. Uh, that one of them is going to be on the podcast, or it's going to be the episode I upload next week, and then you're the week after. And then you're kind of like the first person from like kind of like the southern region that I'm talking to. So definitely like I always hear people talk about like how toxic like kind of it is like the south more south you go in the United States. Where like for instance like here it's like there's toxicity but then like there's also not toxicity but then
Hmm.
then like that's here, and then Chicago, it's like it's either not or 100% toxic. Like it's not blended like it is here. And then with you,
Yeah.
it's like it is like really toxic. Like toxic is the majority, not all of it, but the
Yes.
majority is toxic.
Yes. And it's crazy because you can kind of see like some of these people, because a lot of people do attempt or start stand up here in Austin,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see them at a show that myself and my friend produce. And that show that we do, it's under DEI comedy. We basically,
Mm-hmm.
what we do is we're like, hey, no punching down, no homophobia, no sexism, no blah blah blah. Just the
Right.
general like good comedy. You can punch down at yourself, all that stuff if you want, but we want to see you make people laugh. And you'll
Mm-hmm.
see these new comics. They'll sign up once and they'll come and they'll say some really funny, one-liners, and then they'll get off.
Yeah.
You see them next month. They've been hanging out down the road, and then, we had a comic come up and harass somebody in the audience because he had spent the rest of his week or the rest of his month, in that toxic environment. And he came back to us and we were just like, brother, we can't have you
Right.
doing this. It's like, you need to take a break. You got to like reflect on how you were towards that
Mm-hmm.
person in the audience, and maybe don't do that ever again.
Yeah.
So I've definitely been wary. Like the 90% of Austin comedy, yes, it's totally toxic, and it almost feels like you hurt these comics' feelings when you're saying, "Hey,
Don't
I,
be an asshole. Like
yeah,
what?
I don't want to hear about weird pedophilia. Like I don't
Oh
care
my
how you
God.
twist it. It's just all the time." Yeah. So
Yeah, that's wild, yeah.
yeah, I was
And
like,
then they turn around and are like, DEI this. Fucking
yes, that is exactly what they do. We got told that by someone that we are not DEI because we do not uh, support sex work. But in the context of human trafficking, and I was like, nobody
human
supports that.
human trafficking is not sex work. That's
Yeah, it was
not
like,
what
I'm
the fuck.
supporting sex workers. And I'm like, your whole set was about human trafficking.
That's not supporting sex work is like paying $5 to OnlyFans. It's not getting a child from Nicaragua. That's what the fuck.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, but we're the problem.
Oh
I
yeah,
won't.
no, clearly we're the problem for like
Yeah.
not wanting, oh jeez. That
Yes.
that's like fucking like here in Spokane, we have what's called the openly mic, where it's this gay bar that does like it's not queer only, but it's mostly queer centric, like an open mic night. And like you have like so you have that, and then you have kind of like this like the Spokane comics who are like mostly like these like straight cis guys, like trying to like make it big or whatever the fuck. And like I'm not trying to say that there's like a disconnect, but it's like one time this like group of comics, I'm not going to name names, went into like the queer space and started telling like a bunch of like rape jokes. And like this was not something I personally witnessed, but this is a story that's been floating around. But like, and then like after like they bombed after telling all of these jokes, they straight up they're just like, you guys know jokes aren't real, right? Like fucking like
Oh my god.
as if they didn't just tell a bunch of rape jokes to like a room full of people who like statistically are like the second highest like SA victims. Like fucking
Exactly.
Christ.
Like I don't know if, in all honesty, in the next 5 years, if that's even gonna get anybody the attention that they seek out, because I feel like they don't seek out laughs when they do that. It just,
They're just trying to be offensive for the sake of being offensive at that point.
yeah, I don't know what kind of weird like what is that, serotonin or something they get off of that, but I like,
Dopamine.
yeah, the dopamine, like I'm just like, ooh, like don't wouldn't making people laugh be like the goal objectively in compared to like just being a jerk?
Right, like there's one point knowing your audience where like if you know like you're in an area where people like fucked up jokes like that, they're gonna laugh at that shit. But like don't go into a gay bar and start making a bunch of fucking like jokes like
Yeah,
that. No.
yeah,
Like that is the worst fucking thing.
it is. I agree. It's grounds for a beatdown. No, I
Well,
didn't say.
yeah. What's your comedy hot take that could get you canceled by other comics? Is it don't be an asshole?
Yes, it literally is. Um, comedy hot take. This is gonna. Everybody's heard me say this before.
Hmm.
I am a big believer that the mothership will not make you famous.
Oh, I agree with that actually.
Yeah. Oh, for queer comics, like we all kind of know that,
Yeah.
but like I feel like I've met so many people with some of the mics I've hosted and some of the shows that they're just like, yeah, Monday night, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be waiting for that bucket pool. I'm gonna be famous. You just wait. My episode's coming out next week. This is gonna be, I'm hitting the big time. And it's like the episode comes out that they've been waiting for, and nothing happened.
Yeah, no, fucking Jesus. Fuck. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking wild. But my thing, by the way, I just want to say there is, because I'm not paying for a premium Zoom, there is a limit to 40 minutes and there's 10 minutes left. Do
Okay.
you do you want to like do another Zoom call right after this?
Yeah.
If you want to keep going? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just thought I'd ask to make sure. So my thing is like the things that the mothership is kind of being run by Joe Rogan is the thing. And like I don't want to get into like the whole like fucking politics of Joe Rogan. But like my thing is that my she worked in show business for a while, and there was one point where she was working on the set of Fear Factor. I'm not gonna say what her role was because I don't want people, or even say her name because I don't want people listening to this to like fucking look her up and like
Yeah.
harass her and shit.
Me right
I love
now.
that woman way too much to like let shit like that happen to her. But
Absolutely.
she was a crew member on Fear Factor, and she once told me about this time where a group of kids came to the set, and I remember hearing it differently than my sister who retold me the story recently. What I had always remembered it was like either like they were like Make a Wish kids or some shit, but like my sister claims that like it was just a group of kids fucking with them in the Philippines or something. But like this group of kids came to the Fear Factor set and they just wanted to like say hi to Joe Rogan. And the entire time Joe Rogan was like hiding in his trailer. And this like one producer lady kind of went in and like was like, Joe, like there's these kids who just want to fucking say hi to you. Why are you like hiding from them? Just go say hi and then like get this over with. And then he goes, oh, fine. And then in my version of the story, he went out there, said hi, and then turned around and went back in his trailer. But then my sister was like, oh no, this was the Philippines. He said hi, and then he fucked off to the bar next door to fuck some lady boys. Like,
The
like
second, probably.
the second one sounds more likely to you.
The second one sounds more likely to me. I mean, I will say I do have friends locally who are comedians who are trans
Mm-hmm.
who have uh in private whispered a few different names
Really?
um
Okay.
in the area.
So there's
Yeah.
some truth to to my sister's version of this story.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but
Okay.
I definitely, there have been a few trans, and this is trans men and women,
Right?
comedians who have been like, yeah, I know who that is, and it's like,
Yeah.
are you a fan? Like, I'm not. I wouldn't, Oh no, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, right. Like
I have Grinder downloaded. Like, it's like,
no, real.
okay, all right, I get it.
Right. Sorry, my cat was at the door for a second. But fucking but no, but like the whole point that I have about that story is just like this is the person that Joe Rogan is. If
Yeah.
he's an asshole to a bunch of fucking kids, do you really think he's the type of person to like make you the next fucking like comedy sensation super. He's gonna see your set at the fucking mothership and invite you on his podcast and make you famous. No, he's a fucking asshole. Like, and he thinks he's hot shit, but he's not.
Yeah, I that's honestly it. I feel like him as well as like Tony Hinchcliffe, they use like I don't think that Joe Rogan would be able to have a podcast as often as an episode as he would if he didn't, constantly just regurgitate just whatever. Like he's just like, what am I thinking about today? I have to talk about this. Okay. But Tony Hinchcliffe, like his whole thing is like basically it looks like, I'll say in description, that he's just kind of absorbing what your minute is. Like he's like, okay, what am I gonna do to riff off of this person and kind of like suck it and take it as my own. And that's like just kind of how I see these guys. Is just like they're like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna make you famous, but I'm gonna take what you got and I'm gonna clip it, and it's gonna be like, oh, you're trans, haha. Tony Hinchcliffe clip, and it's going to get so many clips. They're not even going to know who you are, but they'll remember.
They'll remember the roast Tony Hinchcliffe gave you.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not going to say, hey, you had that joke about that thing. Yeah. No, they'll be like, oh, yeah, remember when Tony Hinchcliffe said that thing about you? You looked like you were starving to death? Yeah, that was funny.
Remember when Tony Hinchcliffe just called you out for being like a fucking piece of shit? Meanwhile, this motherfucker got so butthurt he had Netflix take down his own stand-up special.
I know. I went looking for it.
God, I want to find I want that on my wall next to Adam Sandler telling Bert Kreischer he's a fucking asshole. Like I want those two on my wall. Like,
just there.
Just to remind myself, don't be them.
I had a friend, and she's a trans female comedian. She just went on. She's been trying to get on for years.
Yeah.
She got on, and I was scared because usually, some of my trans friends, comedians, they'll kind of bend to the jokes. The ones that do want to get on, they'll bend. And she was not bending. She called him out for cruising in Ohio. She was just going at Alexa Irizarry. She toes the line, but she just ripped into him. And I remember I reposted it because I never repost it, but I reposted it, and immediately just my inbox and Instagram was just like, fuck you. He's a great comedian. And I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. I was supporting my friend. I was like, I don't know who he is. I didn't say anything about him. I just he got lit up.
Fucking real. Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
who's a comedian you would love to open for but are terrified to?
I would love to open for Chappelle Lacey. He Phoenix comic, not queer, but definitely is friendly to the community. He kind of goes he's from the same punk scene I am.
Okay.
And I am scared of his audience because I just don't know if I'm punk enough. That's
no real.
I would love to open for him. I just am am I
so it's less that you're scared of this comic or you're intimidated by this comic status. You're scared of his audience.
I'm scared of his audience.
Oh, shit.
I am scared of his audience. I also the dream would be to open for Wanda Sykes, but I don't know. As a mixed comedian, I don't know if I even toe that line. My dad's Black, and he doesn't think I'm funny, so I'm like, could I ever open for Wanda Sykes?
Well,
but he doesn't even think I'm funny. So if I were to open, I was like, one day.
But I guess my question there is that is it because your dad is Black, or is it because your dad's an asshole? Is why he doesn't find you funny?
I think it's an asshole. I think he wants to think that no one is funnier than him, and that really bothers him.
That level of machismo, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I am the only person that can make people laugh and cry in this house.
Fuck yeah.
Alright everyone, welcome to this episode's ad break. As always, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening up to this point now. And one little bit of news just to get this started. I finally got my car fixed, which means I'm going to be able to hit up a lot more shows, hit up a lot more open mics, and I am finally free of the tyranny of the Spokane Transit Authority. As always, the best way that you can support the show is by following on social media. You can find the show on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Out Loud Comedy Podcast. Also, make sure you guys follow Holden on social media as well. From what I was able to find through just little bits of light internet stalking, I found 4 social medias. You can find Holden on both Instagram and Threads at Hollywood Hulk Holden. You can find Holden's YouTube at Holden Comedy, capital H, capital C, Holden Comedy. And you can find his TikTok at Holden Comedy as well. Now, as for my social medias, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at CJW_comedy. You can find me on YouTube at just CJW Comedy. You can find my Bluesky at cjwcomedy.bsky.social. And if you are a millennial or older, you can find me on Facebook at Corbin Willmorth Comedy. Tonight, the day this episode comes out, January 27th at 7 p.m. Central Time, Holden will be at the Nomad Bar doing scratch-off comedy in Austin, Texas. So if you're in that area, please go check it out. And if you're in the Spokane area, tomorrow, January 28th at 7 p.m., I will be at the Spokane Comedy Club doing the Never Ending Open Mic, where me and around 40 other comedians are just going up one after another, 3 minutes at a time, just non-stop. And like I said, now that I am no longer at the whims of the STA bus schedule, I'm going to hit up more open mics. So tonight, January 27th, I'm going to be at Tees Lounge for Tees on a Tuesday at 9 p.m. Come check it out. And now, once that leaf blower outside stops annoying the hell out of me, I have a word from today's sponsor, W Energy. Do you love energy drinks, but you just hate the way that you sometimes feel kind of jittery after a while, and after so long of going without one, you kind of just start crashing out? Do you also love energy drinks, but just hate the obsessive amounts of sugar that's in it? Well, thankfully, with W Energy, you don't have to deal with that. With W Energy, you can just add 1 or 2 scoops to your favorite shaker bottle, add some water, shake it up, and you are good to go. Maybe you can try making it through the day with Dub Sludge, which is the flavor comprised of Granny Smith apple and some secret sauce. Kind of want to know what the secret is. Or maybe you're an anime fan and you want to get through the day by drinking the Crunchyroll collab Free Rin. There is no, fun flavor name for it. It's just honeydew and white grape, which honestly, that alone sounds pretty fucking good. Or maybe you're not even looking for energy or caffeine. Maybe you're just looking to rehydrate and reclaim some electrolytes after a hard workout or watching an episode of Heated Rivalry. Well, with W Hydro, they have hydration blends as well. With W Hydro, you can get such amazing flavors as Grandma's Best Lemonade and Texas-style Grapefruit Citrus. And if you click the link in the description, or if you enter code CJW Comedy at checkout, you can get 10% off your next order. And lastly, before we end this ad break, I just want to say, if you are looking to be on the show, if you are a queer comedian who wants airtime, please email the show, or hell, if you even just want to send us hate mail, email the show at outloudqueerpodcast@gmail.com. Well, that's going to be it for this ad break. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and here's the rest of the episode. You guys take care.
All right, we are back. So, just real quick before I hop back into these questions. Fucking, oh my god. In our little like 5-minute intermission that we had here, where I meant to go get some water, fucking someone randomly messaged my fiance on TikTok. A user named Baby Diaper Girl messaged my fiance asking, "Are you into that ABDL lifestyle?" What the fuck?
What?
The
Why? Why? So, hold on real quick. Let me make someone miserable. Are you into... Is there an inkling that I may be into this?
I don't fucking know. Especially, what I think is especially weird is that this specific TikTok page, my fiance doesn't even post any like photos or videos of themselves. They post all their fucking artwork that they do commissions for. So what you're fucking telling me is you saw the like art style that, like, is this person trying to commission my fiance maybe? Hey, you want to draw some of that ABDL smut? Yeah.
I've been fiending for it. I can't. ChatGPT won't do it, so I gotta get it somewhere.
ChatGPT won't give me my adult diaper content.
They keep censoring it. I can't do it.
ChatGPT is kink shaming me.
Yeah. Yes, I voted for Trump. It's like,
how did you know I voted for Trump? Is it the Depends? Honestly, with his age, Trump should be making like Trump Vance 2028 fucking Depends.
Honestly, he's at that point. Maybe some like compression socks as well. I'm sure he has those.
Oh, probably.
I feel like he has the compression sock game down.
Our diapers have the best absorbency. No other on the market will do.
He's gonna have RFK just in the diaper next to him.
These diapers are really great. They're putting vaccines in the autism.
Don't take Tylenol.
No, that was always crazy to me. It's like first it's like, oh, it was Tylenol. Oh no, now it's vaccines. Oh no, now it's getting circumcised. It's like, yeah, but like you know, like women can't get circumcised. It's like, well, that's because women don't exist. All autistic women are just trans men who haven't hatched yet.
I remember when he originally ran for president and his wife was on what was it? She was on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Uh-huh.
And for a while she was just like, I don't know what he's doing. Like he's being weird.
Yeah.
Like it's on my, and now it's like, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Are you good?
We haven't heard from you since the show ended. Are you okay? Like,
speaking of Curb Your Enthusiasm, is Larry David still canceled for choking out Elmo on the Today Show? Yes or no?
I think so. Like, yeah. I haven't seen Elmo do anything to really like ask. I just haven't seen Elmo ask for an apology yet, which I think he deserves.
Yeah, I feel like Elmo does deserve. That would be the most Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, though, is like Larry David like choking out Elmo, and then on Curb Your Enthusiasm being like, "You need to apologize to Elmo. He's a fucking puppet. What do you like?" That
I think that would make a great. I think if he hasn't been in a Muppet movie, he needs to be in the next one.
He needs to be in the next one.
He needs to be in the next Muppet movie because I just feel like he would dismantle. He's dismantled my dreams a few times, but just dismantling children's dreams of the Muppets.
Larry David on a Muppet movie where it's Larry David and Elmo on the Howard Stern show, where Howard Stern is trying to like mediate an apology between the two.
That's what he's been doing lately. He, you know, like talking about like Austin comedy. Like, I mean, I'm not 100% sure how old you are, but I'm 35 myself.
I'm 25.
You're 25. So it's like you maybe caught the tail end of like the Howard Stern kind of shock factor, like the Whack Pack and all that stuff. And really like all of this like stuff in Austin is just a reinvention of what he did in the
Okay.
90s. And he doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
He's
Like I've seen clips of like the Howard Stern show. Most of what I heard about him was just from my dad. I don't know, the most like talk show I listened to growing up was fucking, do you remember Danny Bonaducci?
Yes.
Fucking Danny Bonaducci had a Seattle radio show. Like, which to me is like the wildest thing. But
So you've
fucking like
been
we
tormented more than the rest of the world, is what I'm hearing.
basically, yeah, having to every morning my dad driving me to middle school at 6 a.m. listening to the Danny Bonaducci radio show. That was very a formative core memory for me.
Who in Seattle owed him money is what I want to know.
That's a better question. Or was this when he was still under contract with True TV and they were just trying to get him to do whatever the fuck they wanted?
That's probably what it is. That's
Probably,
probably
I think
what it is.
so.
That's how I feel about Carson Daly. I'm like, Carson Daly's
Mm.
just gonna keep taking the deals given.
Now, at that point, I just need to know how much money does Carson Daly owe that he's just like Nicolas Cage taking whatever lands at his fucking feet.
It's gotta be a Bruno Mars amount of money.
Honestly, real. No, for real.
We're talking economics now. It's got to be a Mars. Does he still host The Voice? I don't know. I stopped watching.
I don't know. It's been fucking. I last time I watched The Voice was like this one time in middle school with my grandma, and that was it. Fucking.
Yeah.
No, fuck. Oh God. What was I? Wait. Oh no. Wait. No, I was just confusing The Voice and The Masked Singer for a second. I was like, wait, no. The
Oh,
Masked Singer wasn't out when I was in middle school. No, The Voice. Yeah.
Voice.
We're fucking.
Yes.
Do you know how much money Nicolas Cage is in debt? Like it's crazy.
I feel like it's a lot more than should be humanly allowed. I believe he owns dinosaur bones.
He owns dinosaur bones. He owns two albino king cobras. He owns Madame Delphi LaLaurie, fucking Kathy Bates from American Horror Story. He owns her fucking mansion, like the actual woman, not the character from American Horror
Yeah.
Story. Like he owns her actual slave plantation house.
For what?
I think he owns a European castle. I think. I know he has like two yachts.
I think that he's probably, doing the right thing, paying him off on a firm,
Yeah,
like any good.
You would think, unless like the rumor is that he's so like fucked by the IRS, and that's why like you'll see him in Willy's Wonderland. Like
He's just doing whatever he can.
like he's just doing whatever lands at his feet because he owes so much money. He hasn't done a passion project in years. Except no, what was that movie he did with Pedro Pascal?
Oh, the one about him.
Yeah, the one where that one meme came from. Yeah.
He's like, I need the publicity. I need it. I need to come back to relevancy. Please.
Like I think that's the first passion project he's done in years. Is that
what a thing to do? It's my passion myself.
Yeah, that like my passion is not being in debt. I feel like that's everyone's passion at this point.
It is.
All right. Are we ready to get back to the questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. If you had diplomatic immunity for 24 hours, how would you use it?
Diplomatic immunity. So how would I use it? How would I use it? I would probably just go start ranting at people. I probably would abuse it. I am not sure if I should admit this, but I think I would abuse power if not in a bad way, but in a very concerned way. I feel like I would case in point, I went to Austin City Limits last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was really bothered by all the blankets that people put out. And that's just me being a literal wet blanket of a person. And so I feel like I would just go into any local business where people are having fun and smiling. And I would immediately pick out 5 things in the fire code. I would just be a menace. I'm going to be honest with you.
You would use your 24 hours to just be a menace.
just be a menace. I would just tell, like, what are you going to do to me? You can't do anything to me. I'm going to tell you how it is. Boom. Like, who are you going to call?
You touch me, you're going to fucking Guantanamo. Like, that's...
Exactly. And I would be, like, doing this. Like, I would get super close. Be like,
get up super close.
Don't touch me. Like, I would just... That would be my day. I feel like I would not be good with power in that way.
Yeah.
You really unearthed that for me. I've never really thought about it until now.
Yeah. No, fucking... I think last week, I was talking... Or, well, I'm saying last week in terms of, like, the podcast. In reality, I had this call with this person yesterday. But fucking... like, I had to explain to them, like, what is diplomatic immunity, or not, like, necessarily within that context. The chosen example I went with was the death of Jason Todd in the Batman comics. Do you know about that?
Jason Todd was one of the Robins, and he died. He wasn't Nightwing.
No. He was the one after Nightwing. He was Redhead.
He was the one after Nightwing. Was he the one that Joker killed?
Yeah, so the Joker brutally murdered Jason Todd in a warehouse with a crowbar. And then Batman, like, basically, like, had to stop, like, came this close to basically murdering the Joker. And Superman comes in and stops him, and it's like, dude, you can't do anything to the Joker. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? He killed my son. It's like, no, the Joker is the ambassador to Iran. He has diplomatic immunity. You can't kill him. What the fuck do you mean the Joker is the ambassador to Iran? Like,
that's it.
Which then makes me wonder, who the fuck at the UN saw the Joker and was like, oh yeah, no, he'd be a good politician.
He's great. You know, as one thing my partner had told me, she works in the zoo field. She said that in the 70s, NATO tried to appoint specifically, I believe, and I could be totally wrong and mess this up, but I think the Swiss or some form of Norwegian type of government wanted to include a dolphin as a speaker.
Interesting.
And they were doing like several different types of experimentations to see if they could like have a dolphin speak like for the UN or for NATO in general. And I have thought about that since the day that they told me that. I have not stopped. I've just been like, what does the dolphin have to say that we're going to like to hear? Nothing.
My question is how are they going to get the dolphin to speak? Are they like I'm imagining some like fucking, you ever see that kids movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yes.
Yeah, like they make that device for the fucking monkey, but for a fucking dolphin, and the dolphin's just like fish. Pussy, human pussy.
What? Pamela Anderson. First thing.
I want Pamela Anderson on my fish dick.
Literally, we should have never given him a voice box. He's the most misogynistic. I think he's racist.
A racist, misogynistic dolphin as president of fucking Switzerland or
of
whatever
Switzerland.
the fuck.
They would be so mad. They'd be like, no, this is not what we wanted. Well, it's what you get.
It's what you got. It's like, when I voted for the misogynistic, racist dolphin, I didn't want this. I voted for him for lower taxes, not the resurgence of the Gestapo.
We wanted free fish. That's it.
We wanted free mackerel and pussy for all. Like,
We'll never get it. Yeah. That's what I always feel like when we elected Trump. Not we.
I did not vote. I'm going to be so honest. I did not vote for that motherfucker. Solely because I didn't want to vote. I hated that in 2020 my options were either a geriatric senile old fuck or a geriatric senile old fuck. I hated that. I hated that those were my two options.
I'm like, we are a country of so many freaking people at this point. Like, how are we still picking people up, hitting, getting their like gold pass for the AARP. Like I just
like if you have an AARP card, I don't think you should, solely because I think you'll die midway through your term. Like
that, and you already own a home. Your American dream is complete.
Like what? Like yeah, why the fuck do you need this? I don't. For some reason, I was just imagining a dolphin going through a fucking like Epstein scandal. Like, like
redacted.
President Dolphin, did you have relations with those children? No, they're not my type. What do you mean they're not your type? That's not the answer you should have, Mr. Dolphin.
Mr. Dolphin, we see you here in the swimming pool with what is classified as young adults.
Mr. President, Mr. Dolphin President, were you in this kiddie pool with these underage porpoises?
Yeah, then next thing you know, they'd be coming out with all kinds of laws. He's like, yeah, you're not going to impeach me.
You can't impeach me. What?
You can't impeach me? You can't even tell us apart.
He just gets a porpoise to stand in during public speeches to be the fall guy. Like fucking Mel Brooks as like the fake Louis XIV for execution.
Yes, exactly. Wait, this is Flipper.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. I need to figure out what the fuck was I talking about? Diplomatic immunity. All right. Let's assume you go to therapy, which as a comedian is very likely not happening, but let's just say that it is. If you could choose any fictional character to be your therapist, who would it be and why?
If I were to pick a fictional, do they already have to be a therapist, or can I make them? I give
literally
them
any fictional character that you think would be a good therapist? Like, it doesn't matter if they are like in their own canon, like a therapist, like fucking like Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting is like an answer I've gotten like 3 times, or fucking like the bitch from Peanuts, like fucking.
That's no advice at all. That's no advice. That's like you can understand that. I'm gonna say Tony Soprano. And
really, that's a hot take right there.
A man that is getting therapy who's also giving therapy. I feel like I could take. I'm a very big dweller. I'm a dweller. I'm a Virgo. We dwell. And like often at night, I'll think about how I could do things differently constantly. And I feel like I need a Tony Soprano to be like, fuck them. Like, I just need
to ground you a little bit. Like,
yeah, like, oh, they don't like you, fuck them. Like, I need somebody like that to just be like, hey, the doctor's not going to remember you said I love you in a month. Maybe. Chill. Like, I would need Tony Soprano.
Honestly, you've now sold me on the idea of Tony Soprano being a therapist. Because when you first said that, my initial reaction was like, you know those like astrology bitches who like have one therapy session and they think, oh, I can be a therapist. Like, yeah, like imagine that energy, but the complete opposite. Like the other side of the coin where it's like, yeah, I've done this therapy shit. Yeah, like what do you need?
Literally, like it's funny you say that because I have been to therapy and I feel like when I go to therapy, I'm always trying to make the therapist laugh.
Right.
And it never like it works, right? So I never get anything accomplished because they're laughing. And that's my goal, not to tell you how I really feel. But I went last week and I got just a tarot reading done. And she didn't let me get a word in edgewise, and she just read me to filth.
So your therapist also does tarot readings?
No, this was someone different.
Oh god, this is like last week where they talked about like their therapist, like they fucked their therapist, and it's like what?
I wouldn't be able to do that, definitely, because I would all the time be thinking like, oh, is this like psychotic? Like, is this weird? Is this what kind of trait is this that I have while we're doing this? I could not.
I want to know, like you fuck your therapist. What do they put in your chart? Like, like what how are they psychologically evaluating you like your dick game? Like what the fuck
Does
is
the
happening there?
sex make you, if it's good, does it make you more unstable or does it make you more stable?
I think 100% the better you are at sex, the more mentally unstable you are. 100% is my hot take there. I'm
We've
sorry,
all
but
had it.
toxic sex is the best sex. I hate to admit this, but
It is. It
it
is.
is.
It sucks because it is, because it's like you can also leave angry or leave like,
Yeah.
oh, why did I do that? But it's like you're gonna do it again.
Like yeah, you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You're
if I could give any message to the audience right now, you know how they say don't stick your dick in crazy? No, do it. Do it.
do it.
Do it.
Sometimes like that's the closest you're gonna get to driving a luxury vehicle in this economy.
Like that's the closest you're gonna get to a Lamborghini. Like that's
No sane person has suicide doors on their vehicle.
no,
They
no,
don't.
honey, no.
Mm-mm.
Oh man. So now for a complete tonal shift, how does being queer affect your comedy, and how has your perspective made you stand out compared to non-queer comedians?
I think it makes my comedy memorable for sure. I
Mhm.
feel like it's like I don't really know like how I differ. I feel like I give more of a sometimes I feel like yes, in queer spaces I'm just a guy that happens to be trans, because some of the things that I talk about in relation to like, being queer and being a man, like I've made so many monster truck references
Yeah.
that it's like, okay, like I just went for Christmas. The whole part of going home to see my family was the fact that we got to stop at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid in
Okay.
Tennessee. And that was like, and my partner just like saw my eyes just light up. And it's like one of those
Mhm.
things that like, I've got this kind of different take on queerness. I feel like we have to kind of be uh I feel like a lot of people expect us to be more kind of effeminate in our comedy. All
Right.
like queers across the board. If you're not, Bob the drag queen, walking out, in
Right.
drag, people don't expect you, or well, people expect you just to be kind of more effeminate. And when I come on stage and I'm like, yeah, just talking about fishing my my uterus out, and I think that kind of like is a different take.
Right.
But I've never personally been, even when I was a woman or like pre-transition, what just wasn't really a feminine type of gal
Right.
at the
Yeah.
time. We've just always been this way. So like for me to say stuff, I think people are like, "What is?" Somebody asked me at a queer show one time what Monster Jam is, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I've seen clips of you where you make like Monster Jam references all the time, and as someone who wasn't into that type of thing, I at least knew the reference.
Yeah, yeah, and definitely a few of my jokes have bombed because the references have gone, too far in a direction that isn't, inherently queer.
Right.
Um, I did like a whole bit about trans Evil Knievel, which started to gain traction in the queer space.
Hmm.
But the punchline was that Evil Knievel's not, he was never really good in anything besides getting on a motorcycle.
Right.
And you do that joke in a straight room, and they're like, "No, he was good."
Then that I feel like yeah, that is kind of an unfortunate thing. Is you are some people forget it's a comedy show and will take shit too seriously.
Oh yeah,
You can't just fucking oh my god.
like it literally. I didn't even get a chance to get off stage, and they were just like, "No, he did this really well," and I'm like, "Yeah, but 90% of what Evil Knievel did was not impressive because he kept crashing."
It's not Evil King is impressive because of the brand. It's not because he it's not what he fucking does. It's
Absolutely.
it's the status. It's the notoriety.
Yeah, and that was a big thing. A lot of my friends joke about, on my Instagram, my name's Hollywood Hulk Holden, and they say, like,
Right.
Hogan was garbage. And I'm like, yeah, he was garbage. And guess what? He's dead, and I took his name. So now he can continuously rolling in his grave. He can roll in his grave forever because a trans man has his name now. So
yeah,
do I like anything that he's ever said? Maybe when I was a kid on watching wrestling, but as an adult, I'm
like when you're a kid, you don't really have this like forethought of like how what they say can like affect you. You're just like, whoa, what the fuck? That's so cool.
Especially in wrestling too, because it's like you see these personas of these wrestlers, and you're like, that's the guy. That's who I want to be. And then it's like you become an adult and you find out like, oh, maybe they're not so great. I feel like a lot of my friends who do drag feel that way about certain drag queens that are famous now. They're like, I modeled my drag career after this person.
Right.
And come to find out,
like they're like yikes, yeah, fucking that, like that's I guess that's, you could say that's kind of an unfortunate thing about growing up, is like when you are that young, you kind of have this like naive innocence about it, where like you don't consider this person as like, a human being who is like could be good or could be evil like any other human being. You just see this person as like, whoa, they're like the funny guy, but you don't know the funny guy also beats his wife like behind the scenes. Like it's like fucking
exactly. It's weird because it kind of goes into that whole thing is like how we've grown up as Americans. Like, I mean, growing up, for half of my life, I thought, the police, we go to the police. If something bad happens, we go to the police.
Like,
and then
like in an emergency, call 911.
Call 911.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't want to call the police because I don't know what
the fuck's gonna happen. Like that.
Yeah, like,
and
I don't want to call anybody.
Yeah, like at that point, it's like, because like, I don't know, like I kind of grew, like I was the token liberal in the conservative family, so it's like you kind of grow up and it's like you kind of have not necessarily like an ideation for like the police, but like you have this idea of like, the police, they're supposed to like be there like in an emergency, like if you're like someone robbed you or like something's fucking going down, like cops are gonna be there. But then like you kind of grow up and like you see all these like things that like are behind the scenes, and it's fucking like, Jesus Christ, like should I trust them? I'm supposed to, but should I?
Yeah, that's I've definitely gone through, like, not so much with them, but more so because I was in the army for 6 years. I've kind of gone through the stages of grief of kind of what freedoms did I really sign up to fight for at this point. I mean, I'm 6 years from it now, but in the beginning, I was like, I joined because I was like, I love the American people. I want to protect them. And then it just kind of like, as I was in it, I was like, there's not a lot of protecting going on. There's a lot of different things going on, but
you're protecting the American way to invade countries for oil. That's
exactly. Like, it just, especially when, I was lucky enough to join when Obama was in office, and it felt different. It felt like, okay, let's think this out before we send you anywhere. Let's kind of, take a moment. And then, Trump got into office, and it just felt like it was like, all right, everybody get ready. You're going to go to Syria this week. And it's like, why? Because I don't have a problem with any of these.
Syria is a threat to America. If it doesn't give us their oil, then all of our cars are going to fucking die or some shit.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I don't want to die for that. Like,
you don't want to die for the oil companies? What are you, a fucking socialist? Like,
it's like they don't even give us cars. They make us walk everywhere. We don't even get the oil.
Oh, fucking. Oh, man. If only.
If only. Yeah. I mean, I would have a a jug in the back. I'd send you some.
Fucking real, God. So what do you wish someone had told you before your first year of comedy?
I wish that someone told me that just feel more at home.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my first year, I was so nervous about getting the laughs that if I didn't, that I would just, the whole set was ruined. The whole anything was ruined. I mean, granted, my first year was mostly just mics, but within the first minute, if I couldn't get, the group of comedians or anybody laughing, then it just felt like I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I feel like just like being more comfortable and having more fun with it versus like, oh man, if I do really well, they'll hand me $20 and maybe I can come back next week. Instead,
Right.
I should have just been like, I don't care if they hand me any dollars, but I made a few people chuckle and we feel like friends.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go in like with this huge expectation of like, oh man, like fucking like just fucking have a good time basically.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like if you take it too seriously, then it just becomes unfun and it's like you just become somebody who just gets on the mic and you're just angry.
Fucking what's his name? Kramer from fucking Seinfeld, like his fucking blow up.
Oh my god. There is not enough apology in the world. I mean, we've seen comedians get canceled, uncanceled, redeemed. I don't think he'll ever come back from that one time.
But then you'll see a comedian get canceled and still somehow get a Netflix special. Cough, cough. Ellen.
Yeah.
Did Ellen even apologize, or did she double down?
No.
No,
She just left.
She was just like, "Fuck you."
She said, I'm moving to the UK and they don't want me either, but I'm just going to go into hiding until you guys forget that I was a garbage human being.
I feel like it's the internet. People are not going to let you forget anything.
Yeah, that's like I think it was the Golden Globes. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was this past one, but I did see on Instagram Wanda Sykes accepted the Golden Globe for Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, yeah, I saw that too.
And was like, well, he's not here, so this is for God and for trans people. And dead. I was like, that is beautiful. There needs to be more of that. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, don't show up. No. Somebody's going to accept the award for you for whoever they want to accept it for. So
honestly, real. That's a real.
Yeah.
Now for the final question that I have here, at least that I have prepared here. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave in the world of comedy, and what do you want people to remember you for?
I hope that for myself, I would say just being able to kind of, this is a very world peace answer, kind of like unite people. Like I feel like you don't have to have a lived experience to enjoy other people's comedy. And I think like there are people who go on stage who are genuinely funny, that may be trans, maybe, any form of like, they may be a Black comic coming up on stage and they say things and you might be scared to laugh, but they're wanting you to laugh. It's not, oh, you laughed. Right. That person's down.
Right.
We'll get back to that. We're gonna dock this person. Like they're going on the new Epstein list, the dolphin approved Epstein list.
The dolphin approved Epstein list, yeah.
Like I feel like people get so nervous, and sometimes in queer spaces, they get very nervous about laughing at people in the jokes they say. Because they're like, ooh, I'm not allowed to laugh. Am I allowed to laugh at that? It's like, no, just enjoy the space you're in right now. So I kind of want to leave that legacy of like, I want a room to feel like we're all friends.
Right.
We're all telling jokes. And I like a camaraderie, like a more communal type of comedy. So that's what I would like to leave and see a lot more of. Because, I mean, as queer people, we are gonna have to at some point, get ready to stand up for each other in public, in these spaces, around each other, versus hanging out at our old haunts or our old, there needs to be a point where we're gonna be like, okay, like, hey, you're not gonna do that here. You're not gonna do that to us. And I think we're reaching that point. Not so much in Austin comedy, but I think
not so much there. Yeah, probably not. At least not anytime soon. But
it's definitely something we've been trying. And next month we are reopening. We had a queer mic here hosted by Ivy Lee, who is a great comedian who left us. And we actually have a new queer mic opening up in February.
Okay.
And I got a bedroom with your and your partner's name on it if you ever feel like coming through Austin. But
okay.
We're trying our hardest to kind of beat the, Rogan spear out of some of the comics and be like, hey, you're queer, come tell some queer comedy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. No, that'd be fucking great. Like, I do still kind of have this hope that, like, not necessarily just Austin, but, like, anywhere can, like, kind of rise above that, like, machismo. Like,
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because it's, like, I've kind of, like, obviously, like, sexuality is a spectrum. And I think that saying scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially cis male straight comics.
Right.
Because they're just like, no, like, I can joke about being gay, but I can't, I can't do anything queer. That's not
be gay, no.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Hope you tune into the next one. Please do me a favor and check out the show notes. There you're going to find our guest's social media as well as the stuff of my own that I'm plugging. I would like to give a shout out to my friend Morningstar for being the one to actually make the profile image for this podcast. Do you know of any other queer comedians that I should contact to see if I can get on this podcast? Let me know and I'll see if I can hunt them down. My name is Corbin Willmorth. Thank you for listening, and as a reminder, make sure you don't keep your head on straight.